Hi, I'm Dionne Warwick, and I am alive on South Beach.
Hi, I'm Dina Stewart.
And hi, I'm Stuart Stewart.
And we're alive on South Beach.
A show with a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and hopefully a little bit of fun. I added that.
Good. Well, this was a very interesting week. I had an opportunity to go to the Miami Beach Mayor's Women's Conference, the 4th annual one. And it's a very near and dear to my heart project. I've been involved with it for many years. And this was a lot of fun, getting together with a bunch of women who I hadn't seen in a while. And even you enjoyed it, right?
Oh, I had a good time because I had an opportunity to do this spot. This is almost like a dream come true. I'm standing with 4 of the greatest women in Miami Beach. Sherry Roberts, Donna Zemo, Mayor Maddie Herrera Bauer, and Wendy Doherty. And this is we. Now who's going to tell me what we means?
Wendy. Donna.
Women's Exhibit. Women's Exhibit is a Miami Beach-based nonprofit inspired by Mayor Bauer's successful run for the first woman mayor of the city of Miami Beach.
Well, the big question I ask, why do we need to have events like this at this particular time in our history?
For women to empower ourselves, to empower others.
We're not there yet, and I think we need to keep striving and keep showing that we can be there if we all go ahead and unite. And I think this is a testament to the women that have worked very hard to get where they are. And we want to inspire and aspire people, women and younger women. We want to show the role model, and we want to aspire them to continue to do whatever it is that they like to do.
What did you walk away with from this conference that you didn't feel or sense before?
Today I came out with the sense that women have struggled, but they have finally made it, and they're helping other women to do the same thing.
This is an old friend of mine, Jill Tracy, and she's going to take it from here.
I'm on Hot 105 here in Miami, and I have a syndicated show called Love, Life, and the 411.com for all you social media freaks. And I do all the entertainment and gossip and what's hot in South Florida and around the country. We're here at the Women's Exhibit Women's History Month Conference. We do it every year. This is the 4th annual, and Felicia Hatcher, who owns Feverish Popsicles, is one of our vendors and one of our most celebrated citizens. She was just recently has just recently become one of the top African-American businesses in the country and was featured on the Today Show. So we're so proud of her, and I'm so happy that she's here as a part of the luncheon.
You've got a really good product.
Oh, thank you.
And I wish you the best of luck, because I think everybody in the country is going to get an opportunity to taste one of these one day. And it's called Feverish?
Yes, Feverish Gourmet Pops.
What is the best part of this women's conference for you?
There you go. I'd say the luncheon is definitely a highlight, with all the fabulous food from all the local caterers and the beautiful environments. This is the highlight.
The beautiful environment where the luncheon was held was the Miami Beach Botanical Garden, which really is a beautiful environment, as you shall see.
This is Laura Jameson, who is the executive director of the Miami Beach Botanical Gardens, the new Miami Beach Botanical Gardens. Tell us a little bit about how this all came about and why it's the way it is now as compared to the way it was before.
It's rather an exciting year for us. The garden was first created in 1962, and it opened as the City of Miami Beach Park. So we're celebrating this year our 50th anniversary. At the same time, last year was a really signature year for us because we closed and did a $1.3 million renovation. What's new about our garden right now is the concerted way that things are planted to showcase what we really should have. We built some new pond features. We have a wetland with mangroves and pond apple. Every single inch of this 2.6 acre garden is being used now. We also have a tremendous number of visitors here affiliated with events at the convention center. We're really close to
As
Lincoln
you can
Road.
hear from the plane that's circling it with its little advertisement.
We never have to worry about it being too quiet in Miami Beach, that's for sure.
The story of the new botanical gardens really wouldn't be complete with some stories about the old botanical gardens. And this is the lady who would know. This is Claire Tomlin, and you were the director of the botanical gardens.
I was.
What's the difference between what it is now and what it was the day you walked in?
I came over in January of 1997 and worked for 4 years to open the garden to the public.
Was it better then, or is it better now?
I happen to think this is progress.
So South Beach, which really has this reputation for being always hot, always busy, always right on the cutting edge of everything, also has a little place where you can come and chill out. I recently bumped into an old friend of mine, Brian Smith, who is a world-class photographer. And we had a cup of coffee, and this was our conversation. I'm sitting next to Brian Smith, and Brian Smith is a photographer. But he's not just a photographer. He's a Pulitzer Prize winning photographer. I know at age 20, one of your photographs was in Life magazine.
Yes.
My question is, when you opened up that magazine for the very first time and saw your photograph, what was that like?
Just flooded with emotion. I mean, it's like, that's the kind of thing at that age you just can't imagine. And I think absolutely at that point I was pretty hooked.
What was the photograph of?
I went to cover Thurman Munson's funeral for United Press International, and I had a picture, just a fleeting moment of Billy Martin as he boarded a bus after the funeral, and that was the photograph that ran huge in the New York Times the next day and ended up the following month in Life magazine.
Wow. And I bet you at that point you said it can't get any better than this.
Oh, absolutely.
And then 5 years later, what happened?
5 years later, I was fortunate enough to be part of a team that won the Pulitzer Prize for photographs of the 1984 Olympics.
So at age 25, you had a Pulitzer Prize under your belt.
Yes.
And then what happened?
Then actually I had the opportunity to, it's one of those things that opens a few doors for you. All that it really does is open the door. You still have to walk through on your own, but it got me in to see a number of magazines. So at that point I started shooting for magazines like Sports Illustrated, Rolling Stone, Fortune, and having an opportunity to spend more time on the shoots that I did than I really had as a newspaper photographer.
Well, when you spend time on the shoots, do you get to know the people you're shooting personally, or is it all just smile, cheese, hold that?
Yeah, I think that's the big thing that I really wanted to do to make that connection. One of the things as a news and sports photographer, you shoot everything with a telephoto lens. What I really enjoyed was the times when I had half an hour, or an hour and a half to spend with the subjects and really get to know them.
Well, who was your most memorable shoot?
There've been so many over the years. I think spending Christmas Eve morning with Richard Branson on Necker Island to photograph him for Time Magazine story on Virgin Galactic is always one that's top to tough.
Wow. In this book are photographs which are phenomenal. I'm just going to open up to any page. I have no idea what it is. But included in the photograph is what? A statement which says what?
Yeah, this was a project, one of the fantastic projects that was dropped in my lap. I do a lot of work with Sony, and I had a phone call from Kayla Lindquist, who runs the Sony Artisan program, and she asked how I would feel about doing a photo shoot with the Creative Coalition, where we photograph performing artists from film, television, stage, and the recording industry, and told their stories, where I'd do a portrait of them and then they'd write in a journal what the arts means to them or how the arts is important to our culture.
Well, who wrote the most poignant statement?
What I really loved about them is the diversity of everything. I think you have very heartfelt messages, and one of the great things is just like the arts, there's really not a right or wrong. The arts affects people in different ways, and I think one of the great things is it really is a testimonial to the creativity out there and how the arts encourages people to think outside the box.
What's next for Brian Smith?
I just want to keep doing these type of wonderful projects.
I want to thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Stuart.
You know, Miami Beach International Fashion Week was in town, and you know what that means.
Model after model after model. It was like waking up in a fantasy.
The Stuart.
Say your name.
Pamela Lima.
And could you spell it?
No, I can't. I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Brazil.
And is this your first time in Miami?
Yeah, first time.
What do you think?
I like Miami very much.
You gonna hang around for a while?
Yeah, a little. I think so. For more 2 weeks here.
What brought you to the Miami International Fashion Week?
Well, I gotta say,
fashionista?
I am a fashionista, obviously, with my black shirt, pants, and shoes that are not shined so well, but they've had a couple bars in them. And also this young lady over here.
Did you really drag him to a fashion show?
No, he was a willing partner.
I did not get dragged. She said we're going to the fashion show, and I was like, let's go to a fashion show.
And what?
How can you say no?
Follow it.
She's a consumer of the fashion industry.
Well, that's the most important part.
That's my involvement, like spending like thousands of dollars on those dresses and shoes. Yeah.
And I spend my time messing those dresses up just a little bit.
We're backstage at the Miami International Fashion Week, and with me are some very charming ladies from the Beauty Schools of America. Who could tell me what that is in one sentence?
Estamos muy felices de participar en el evento y bueno, esperando la próxima estar aquí nuevamente.
Okay. And are you having a good time here?
It's very good time.
Is it exciting?
Very excited.
What makes it exciting?
Very high.
I like you know, that we are interacting with you know, with the models. We made Natasha, the actual she's what the Latin La Natasha, she's a famous model. So it's nice. She's very charming, very kind, and it's nice to be here.
You having a good time?
Good time.
Okay, thank you. I want you to do one more thing. Just say, we're the girls of Beauty Schools of America, and we're alive on South Beach, okay?
We are alive in South Beach.
Yeah, go ahead.
We are the girls of Beauty School of America.
Very high.
And it's very high.
And it's very high.
And we need to say, and we're alive on South Beach.
And we are alive in South Beach.
Okay, this is going to take some practice, but we'll get there one of these days. Thank you very much. You ladies did great. You did great. Thank you.
In Spanish. I'm sorry. Gracias.
I'm Dina Stewart.
And I'm Stuart Stewart. And we're alive on South Beach.
For syndicatednews.net.
And please, everybody, after you've seen the show, go over to the purple buttons and go to our sponsor page and check out the great people who are supporting our show and allowing us to bring this to you. So, have a great week.